Hello friends, welcome to my channel SushantChessWise. Today we are at the next topic, that is we are going to look at a game from the French exchange variation. Previously we have learned how to use the French exchange, and today we will see how two masters are playing it, and the white player's rating is around 2326 and the black player is 2398. So let's get started with the game. E4, E6, D4, D5, ED5, ED5. We have discussed the basic ideas earlier. I will be telling you some other ideas. White develops freely with BD3, NF3, okay, and short castle, and then mostly the C1 bishop goes to G5. So white went BD3, it stops bishop F5, NF6. Many people prefer BD6 first, NF3, BD6, and now castle. Now it's absolutely necessary for black to play the move castle. If he hurries and plays bg4 trying to pin the knight, then comes re1 check. And now see, one of the developed piece has to go back. If king f8, then castle is broken. If bishop e6, then knight g5, we attack e6 once again. And after qd7, bishop f5, white will win the pawn on e6. It's a winning position almost. So black may have to play be7, which is also much worse. One tempo is simply lost. So black also goes castle here, and after castle white plays bg5. All standard moves. The b1 knight goes to d2, pawn comes to c3, and the queen goes to c2, and white slowly starts to build attack on the king side. In this game, black went instant bg4, and after nd2 he didn't go nc6. Generally nc6 is played here, and after c3 only black does h6 or re8. In this game black played instant h6, bh4, of course bishop has no other better place, and now also black should play nc6 perhaps. Here black goes with bishop f4. I'll show you a bit about nc6 here. After nc6 white should play c3, protect d4, and here after bishop f4 he should play h3, bd2, h takes g4, good move, bishop f4, g3, pushing the bishop back to d6, and then go g5. This position is very similar to the analysis which we will see soon, but do note that now the c6 knight is committed, so there will be lot of pressure on f6. Let's say now bd6 comes, then comes g5. And this position is close to winning because kg2 followed by rook h1 and the rooks double over there. So white is close to a winning position. Anyways, in the game black went instant bishop f4, to which white played c3. White could have well considered the move h3 also. After h3, bd2, hg, bf4, g3, bd6, g5, hg, bg5. Very similar to our previous analysis. But now black has the move nd7, and then after kg2 also white is better, but maybe it's not that dangerous as the line with nc6 and c3 already there. And now black played bishop d2. The idea is simple. After qd2 he wants to play bf3, gf. Well, the white king side looks opened up, but soon see the h4 bishop will come to g3. Even white can consider king h1 and rook g1 in many cases. For example, instant nc6 may allow kh1 idea, rg1. So black played qd6, removes the pin on the knight. Instant bg3 drives the queen to b6, and now see white sees that king h1, rook g1 is bit slow here. He goes rook e1. He generates play on the only open file, and soon we will see that black gets entry to the 7th rank also. See nd7, b4, so that the queen is free to move. And now see, if black challenges with rook e8, there is first queen f4 attacking c7, and after c6, a4, you can make out that white's position is really good. Queen can go to c7, bishop can come to d6, there is the threat of a5 instantly. So black went nh5 trying to snatch the bishop. White goes re7, ng3, hg, knight is attacked, so qd6. Instant knight f6 would have perhaps allowed queen f4. So rook e1 now supports the rook, and now white doesn't want black to allow rook e8 and the trade of rooks. So black will try that. nf6 threatens re8. So here queen e3, good move, and the main point is that if still re8, Of course, it's a blunder. Rook takes c8, rook e8, queen e8 check, knight takes, rook takes. Now only move queen f8, but here comes bh7 check, and after king takes, rook f8, white is winning. So black goes a5, trying to get space from the queen side, especially for the a8 rook. White just closes with b5. He doesn't want the rook to become open. Black tries queen a3. Already the position is bit worse here. Now black goes b6. The idea is that if instant rook c7, then comes rook a c8, and there is some pressure on the c3 pawn. So after rook c8, black can try to get some play. So white plays a very strong move here, c4. Now the point is that, of course, dc blunder, dc loses to bh7 check, king takes, and the queen is lost. This was the point of c4. And also white is about to get c5. Let's say the queen goes back to d6, then c5, bc5, dc5, qd8, qf4. Now see, things are becoming very difficult. If rook c8, then bf5, the c7 pawn is lost after the rook moves. And if knight e8 to protect c7, then white gets a kingside attack with queen f5. Position has become really difficult now. We are forcing black to move the second pawn after g6. Once again queen f4 threatens queen h6, kg7, and here white has the very strong rook to e6. See, it's game over. Threat is rook g6 check. There is pin on the 7th rank, and see, there are a lot of weaknesses here. So let's say king h7, then just bishop takes g6, exploiting the pin. f7 falls to kg7, and if direct king h8, then to queen h6 check, kg8, and mate in 2 follows after rg6 check. It's game over. If fg, then qh7 mates. So hence I would say this is a classic case of superior center control leading to a kingside attack. Black didn't go qd6 in the game. He went with the move king h8, stopping bh7. But now white just takes on c7. This time he is ready with c5, so rook c8 is not a big problem. Black goes re8 first, queen d2, d takes c4. If bishop c4, then f3 falls. So rook takes c4, rook takes e2, bishop takes e2. White keeps f3 supported. The queen is open to help the advance of the d pawn. Now see, d5, d6, rook c6, all this is coming up. So nd5 instantly stopping d5, and now rook c6. Rook eyes b6 and the important square h6. See, this is how masters play. He has 1 plus in the extra d pawn, and the second advantage is trying to exploit either b6 or h6. So double weaknesses are very difficult to handle. Rook d8, trying to strengthen the knight on d5, king g2, so that the bishop can go to c4 without giving up f3, queen e7, bd3. A small trap here. Now see, it looks like nb4 is a good idea, but nb4 loses on the spot to rook h6 check, gh, queen h6, kg8, and see, mate in 2 after queen h7, king f8, queen h8. So black has to do something with the mating threat, and he goes king g8. So this stops rook h6. Now bishop e4 attacks the knight. If knight moves, b6 hangs. So a4, black plays a waiting game. Maybe bd5, rd5, rook b6 is what he was expecting. Maybe that is also good. See, white goes for queen e2. Slightly stronger move. The queen is heading to c4. So queen g5, qc4, knight f4 check, king f1. Now the knight is hanging. Knight goes back to e6, and now d5. Already the position is gone now. White will have rook c8 soon. So firstly now black plays queen h5. So it's a small trap here. The knight cannot be taken. If d takes c6, of course, queen check, ke2, queen d1, ke3, and c, mate in 1 after qd2 check. So white goes kg1, and now see, threat is d takes c6. The idea of kg1 is not really d takes c6 because still there is rook d1, but the threat is actually rook c8 now. After rook c8, the rook would hang, knight would hang, it will be winning. So black plays nf8, kg2. White could have considered rook c8 as well, and now see king h8, f4. If knight g6, then there was rook c8, q c8, kh7, and see the d pawn. It will simply queen d. First f5. Here queen f5 is also very strong, but first f5, knight e7, f6 check, force the knight to g6, pin it permanently, and then push c d6. It's game over. No defense to d7. Even queen e2 is met by queen c2, takes, and after gf d7, the d pawn queens. These are some sample lines to show you that how white could exploit his material advantage. And here, of course, the position is really bad. Black tried g5. One may wonder why g5, but see, he is trying for some counterplay. In fact, see, after qd4 check, kg8, qb6, it's almost trying to resign, because see, hardly there is any defense to rook h6. Black tries rook e8, attacks the bishop, rook h6, queen is attacked, and queen e2, trying to attack the bishop on e4. So queen f6 will be met by queen e4 check. So just see bishop f3. It's time to resign. You can see to almost any move there is q f6. Even queen b2 can be met by q f6, when after trade of queens, the b and the d pawns should decide the game. So well, black resigned over here. So I hope you must have enjoyed this lesson. Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.